Okay, we're back. Okay, yours truly the boy, with your boy Jerome here. I actually forgot to introduce us. Bruh. Listen.
It's crazy.
Listen. Yeah, anyway, Jerome, so
Okay,
you were saying.
so my thing is, right? If we're gonna have conversations about things, number one, let's talk about morality, right? Because look, as Africans, right, we're raised to have morals.
That's
number
true.
one.
Fact, yeah.
We're raised to have morals, as in you respect your elders, right? You respect it, not so much. I suppose there's an element where there's some situations where we don't have so much respect for women.
For women,
in a
yeah,
sense,
I was gonna say that.
right? But for the most part, technically, it should be that we have respect for women, right?
Yeah.
And that goes to morality. So it brings me to this point that I think what we doing and how we're raising our kids and how we acting and how we conducting ourselves as men, we're not showing the same morality that we were brought up.
Do you think that's getting lost in transaction in translation? You know, that's getting lost, or?
And do you know what I think? I think, look, take Ireland as a country, right?
Yeah.
And take black people in Ireland, for instance, right? I think what happened is a lot of people got caught up in this hip-hop industry bullshit, right? And they forgot their morals, you know?
Are you speaking for certain people or are you speaking for all people? Because I can't say everyone.
Not everyone, but there's this whole tendency of keep it real. And I'm saying that in quotes, right? You keep it real, yeah? Yeah, I'm a real G. But what does that actually mean? Do you know what I mean?
But I think to chime in on what you're saying there, I was part of that culture for a while. But I think at the end of the day, you need to realize that, one must be true to self in a way that, you have to be able to, a lot of people don't do this. I can go on, but that's a conversation for another day where people can come in and say, listen, this is my life, this is what I'm living, and this is what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, I could have been an MC in Ireland for a very long time, back in the days. But the hip hop move in Ireland is not as elevated as it is in UK. You even see some of the kids in Ireland as well. They are like doing the UK drill stuff, and they're doing all that kind of stuff that the UK is doing as well. But listen, I think as Africans, I think that's getting lost in translation. But I also think as well, the way our parents used to be, it was a bit harsh. You understand? I think there needs to be a balance found in between that.
No. Okay, so let's examine that, yeah? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, right? So, you mean to tell me, right? Like, look, I come up, right? And I'm gonna go live on this, yeah? I'm gonna tell you, I come from a really bad background, right? I'm Ugandan by heritage, right?
Yeah.
I come up in a time, right, where there was war in my country, right?
Yeah.
I experienced things. Now, I'm talking about things that a lot of people cannot straight up come out and say.
Yeah, I heard about things like that. I don't know exactly per se what it was, but I think, who told me this? I remember. I think it was either Mike. Do you know? Mike HD. No, I don't mean to drop names. But anyway, I think Mike told me. I think I was like, yo, listen, I seen Jerome. Jerome is in Euros. I was like, yeah, I hope he's doing good for himself and stuff like that. And he spoke highly of it. He was saying, yo, listen, Jerome has like a good head, between his shoulder nose, the way they say whatever. So he got a good head. But Jerome needs a focus point. If he channels, the side of him that is very, very diligent and all that kind of stuff, he can get far. You understand?
I'm a child soldier. I was a child soldier.
Yeah.
Okay. I experienced sexual abuse. I experienced voodoo principles because, look, it was rebel movements, and the dude that was the head of the rebel movement that took us as kids, he believed in this. You know what I'm on about.
Yeah, just to tell you for the record, you don't have to talk about this.
I know. It don't matter, because look, at the end of the day, yeah. Look, this where I go with this goes to a place, yeah, that a lot of people are so scared to speak of things that hurt them, right? And what happens if you don't speak of things that hurt you? You continue to hurt inside.
Yeah, yourself. Yeah. Fact. Yeah.
So if you don't speak of this, you don't release. You know, we are energy. Like if you look at physics, right? Like look at the numbers, right? Like if you look at the equations, we 90% water as human beings.
Yeah.
We 90% water, and the rest of that, is energy. Like how you wusa, how you do your training.
Yeah.
It's energy, and you feel good after you do your workout. That's energy right there. Do you know what I mean? So if you release that thing that hurt you, right? It don't have no hold on you no more.
Yeah, that's true. That's
you
fact.
feel me?
I never looked at it that way, but like that's fact. I guess there's a simple way you can look at it if you really sit down and really think about it. But Mike was telling me, he said, listen, Jerome is been through a lot. I'm not gonna chime in, but one day when you sit down with him, he will have a lot to talk to you about.
I was a street child. Listen, look, people around here say they've done drugs. I was 12 when I hit the streets.
Yeah.
I was 12 years old when I hit the streets. Okay? I saw a lot of things. I was sexually abused. I shot a gun for the first time at 11 years old. Right? There's a lot of things I'm not proud of. There's a lot of things that kept me up in the night, because I kind of regret that, but I didn't have a say in what happened at that time.
Yeah.
So I've grown to forgive myself, but it does not make it easier. But the fact that I can speak on it, it makes it a lot easier. That where we're sitting right here, and I'm like, look, fam, this is me. I'm owning who I am. Take it or leave it. That's who I am. Do you know what I'm saying?
Especially at that age, though, I mean, you hardly, you're not even.
I didn't know
puberty.
Fuck all.
Puberty is not even, in the table,
Mate, look. For their voodoo principles, they will bury you alive. That was one of the ceremonies. I've been in a grave.
Mike told me about that part.
I've been in a grave. They bury you alive for 24 hours. I've been in a grave. Now, I've been scared my life. I've never been scared like I was scared in that moment.
Yeah.
24 hours. I can see, I can breathe, because they leave a little pipe there. So you can,
So no food or nothing, you're just there. Fucking hell.
That was the most scariest thing I've ever seen.
At what age? What age were you there?
I'm 12 at that stage.
And how long, again, I'm gonna keep saying this.
So my parents died, I was about 7. Around 9, this is when I was taken. And then, this happened between the time I was 9 and 12. Like, look, I blocked down, I block out a lot of things. I can tell you exactly what happened. I don't have time frames on things, because sometimes it gets a little bit. It gets a little bit.
It gets
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit. It gets a little bit uncomfortable. But what I will tell you is this, right? A lot of us are hiding who we are, right? Look, I'll give you an example, right? Look at how many people have gone through direct provision, right? Now, look at how many failed marriages there is, right?
Do you think that's because of basically not being true to self, not knowing yourself, not knowing the truth, the true you, not being able to invest time in yourself? Because I'm a big believer in that kind of stuff, And it's funny you mentioned the part where you say some of the stuff you can tell. You understand? You can just pause that there. Avoid that noise. Some of the stuff you can tell, but some of the stuff is blocked. Because I know for a fact, for me as well, when I'm telling stories about my past as well, I tend to be like, wow, I actually forgot about that. And I think my brain gets to a part where it kind of like, you can say it kind of like it protects you.
You protect, your brain protects you from you.
From you, yeah.
Because you get really hurt.
Yeah.
If you go to that space.
Yeah.
Right? And I think, look, I know, I'm not gonna drop no names. I know a fella, right? And I'm gonna go into the direct provision situation, right? I've never seen anyone that had it really tough, right? In the whole direct provision situation, because he was a little boy, man come here, man do everything the man asked him to do, right? And everything was not going his way, right?
In terms of papers and stuff.
That kind of situation. But then, like there's a background story.
Yeah.
There's a background story to everything, when we look at the immigration story, right? There's a background thing to it as well still. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like we're sitting here, yeah? We're chatting, yeah? But what's the background story? Yeah. You had to come pick me up, yeah? You met the fan,
yeah,
and we had a little chat, and now we're here chatting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't tell. And that's what people are so afraid to tell.
On the way, what you mean? On the, like, where they come from, the struggles they run away from to get here?
Yeah.
Well, some of the stories are not the same. Like, I think, I don't know at what age I got here when I was a minor. Like, pretty much every decision that got me to this position when I'm here, it wasn't like, I said, I'm going to make, I want to go there. It was made for me. You understand? In that way. And I think there's a major PTSD that happens, around that time that you experience PTSD, post-traumatic stress, when you get older. And I think many people ignore that. And I think they ignore
many
that. Many
people don't know they're experiencing post-traumatic syndrome.
Exactly, yeah. You understand? Because, like, they don't know that there's small bits of that post-traumatic, that adds up to small bit that impacts their life every day. Like, people don't know that. Do you understand? People don't know that all those bits impact their life every day. And they end up in a situation asking themselves, why am I keep failing like this?
You think about this. Did you ever look, sometimes, right? You ever speak to someone and this person is walking you, right? But just because this person is walking you the right way.
In what way? What you mean is working?
No. Like
is hustling you, or
not necessarily hustling you, but trying to figure out who you are. Now, there's people that are gifted in getting information out of people.
Okay.
Right?
Are we talking like immigration officer?
No. Fuck the immigration. I'm talking about just a chat, right? Like you meet a solid person, right? You ever come across a solid person that has their head held on their shoulders, right? Do you know what I mean? They know how to chat to a person, right? And they know how to influence a person, right?
Yeah.
Now, you see, there it is. That's what I wanted to talk to you about, right? Influence, right? Now, there's two levels to influence.
Now, just give me 1 sec. Let me just pause there, because we started off on you basically and your background and stuff like that. Are we off that? I just want to know, are we off that? Because you said, obviously, I don't mean to bring that stuff back.
Everything is interconnected. That's one
into
thing.
Into the whole thing with the influences.
I think everything, life is interconnected, right? Look, my past is kind of look. If I didn't go through what I went through, right?
Yeah.
I would not be here.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I live by that
so
too.
Everything is connected to everything. Look, who was it? Einstein. No, it's not Einstein. Who designed string theory? Yeah, it is Albert Einstein, right?
Let me look that up. Make sure that we're politically correct
Yeah.
for the people.
Who done string theory?
1 second there.
I think it's Einstein.
String theory. What's that all about? Is that like?
Oh, he's that's to do with
String theory. Hopefully Wikipedia is not lying to us. String theory. Designed by who? Come on, man.
Albert Einstein.
I don't think it's Einstein. It doesn't say anything here about who actually designed it. Let me see. By Michio Kaku. Who's that?
Really?
Nah, that has to be wrong.
No. It has to be wrong.
Originally, I got it. There, okay. String theory, Wikipedia. Is 96 as a theory is a strong nuclear force before being abandoned in favor of quantum chromodynamics.
Yeah, that's quantum physics.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Einstein. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Anyway, listen, guys. If you guys know who this guy is, but it's to do with mathematical physics.
Yeah, it's quantum physics. Look, you can challenge me on that, yeah, and I can give you the equation. I have the equation and I can solve the equation. Didn't even fucking go to school for that.
Yo, so hold on. So how is that? How did you come up about that?
But look, string theory basically is this, right? That everything is interconnected, right? That look, so it's almost like what they say about time travel, right? So Einstein said, look, you don't have to what you have to do about time travel, right? Look, imagine this being time, right? There's that point and that point, right? And everyone was trying to get from this point to that point, right? So he said, what if you bend this? That's the string theory. So imagine a string, an actual string, right? You take the end of one string and the other end of it.
And you bend it.
Bend it, connect it.
So what happens then? Do you get there faster, or is there
It's
disaster
non-proven.
happening?
It's non-proven, but the equation almost gets there. Do you know what I mean? For me, the way I understand it, right? To an extent that it almost proves that there is time travel.
Okay.
Now, that's another story for another day.
What does this have to do with influence?
How do you look at how many people are influenced by space travel and video and all of this and all of that. Yeah, you can put a video, right? Because look, if you actually look at it, right, a video is time travel, right? Because I can record you right now, right? But I can time play. I'm traveling between that space in time of you.
Okay.
So I can manipulate by editing. You see what I'm saying? That's influencing. Look at the media. Look, it's not everything that you say is gonna be featured. It's what they want.
Yeah, obviously that's well known. I mean, we can go into what the media is doing right now.
But that's influence
regarding the the COVID-19, everything that's happening here.
Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing to our young people, right? Look at what's happening around sexuality, right? You watch TV now. Every ad has a little bit of a sexual charge to it, right?
But that's because I study semiotics, and I study, which is semiotics is usually to do with symbols, signs, and stuff like that. And I study graphic design as well. And I think at one point in time when I was in college in graphic design, and I think at one point I just said to myself, I don't think I want to do this. I saw the route where I was going, and I knew the potential that I had. And at one point I felt like, I don't think whatever I get at the end of this, whatever I go on doing it, it's not going to do any good to the world. Because I always believe that whatever work that I came into it, I was helping somebody in a good way. But the more I stayed in there, I felt like, people can say, oh no, it's just graphic design or whatever. But in my head, it was more than that, you understand? Yeah, especially when I started studying symbols.
But then, do you not think on a level, right? There's a level of you being wrong. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging, right? I'm just saying, right? Because the fact that you realize that, right? Doesn't it mean that you could do the opposite of what is intended to do?
In what way though?
Well, look.
Who's gonna support you? Like, I think for us.
Yeah, but then why are we always looking for someone to support you if it's the right thing to do?
But that's like a danger lane for you to go at it. Like, if we wanna, like, you have everyone going that one way. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely unorthodox. I do things different. You have everybody going in one way, and then you have that one person who says, no, I'm not going this way. You can put an example as, like, you can say, oh, for instance, if you want to take down the powers that be, and you want to be that one person that takes the powers that be, you know the type of person you have to be to take down the powers that be? You have to have no contacts. You have to have no family. Hold on. Let's talk about it. Listen, you have to have no family. You have to have a ghost background history. You have to have nothing attached to you.
Yeah. Okay. I get you.
If we are to talk about for you to go to the other direction, because I give maybe my example it's over exaggerated, but the thing that I'm trying to get at is it can be over exaggerated, but it makes sense, because if you're going the other way, you're gonna be blackballed. You understand?
Yeah. No, I get that. But
how
okay,
you support
so what the hell?
Blackballed?
Well, look. There's so many ways. Look, okay, so how Da Vinci support himself? He was revolutionary.
Yeah, but Da Vinci also, from my knowledge, from what I know, we just know what we read and what we seen.
Yeah, but
Da Vinci was also, he created also weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, but
which was kind of like supported by the government back that time. Do you understand? So he was aligned with somebody.
That's fair enough.
Do you understand? He was aligned with somebody.
That's fair enough.
Like, bro, we're fucked. There's no way for us. Yeah, we're fucked. There's no way.
Okay. This is getting interesting.
Do you know the genius person that came together and say, we're going to control the world? And he came in and he said,
so what are we buying?
No, listen. Whatever weakness they have, when I mean they, it's like the powers that be.
Yeah.
Whatever weakness they have, you understand? We might get killed for this. Whatever weakness they have, there's probably only 0.75% of population in the world that only know that, and those people don't dare to speak about that.
Of course.
You understand?
Of course.
And I feel like they block off all the exit and saying, if they try to go this way, we know what to do here. You go here, we know here. You go here, we know here. You go here, we know here. Bro, it's...
So what? Does that mean that we should be scared?
No, it doesn't mean you should be scared.
Because every now and again, because now, look at apartheid, right? Mm-hmm. Look, I think, and I'll quote, what his name? Flaming Nora. What the fuck is his name? Trevor Noah,
yeah.
Right? He says, right, that apartheid is the best form of racism. And I agree. Look, the rest of racism.
Apartheid? What is
apartheid? You know, like South African apartheid.
Yeah.
That level of segregation. Mm-hmm. I think it's the best form of racism. That's top range.
So we got 6. Yeah, go ahead. Continue, man.
What we got?
The clock, yeah.
Oh.
124. I mean, yeah, go ahead. We finish this one and then.
Yeah. It's the best form of racism. But at the end of the day, yeah. Oh fuck! I lost my train of thought.
No, you're talking about former racist apartheid, Trevor Noah.
Look, what you have to understand, yeah, that even at that level of racism, Nelson Mandela stood up, right? Mm-hmm. And at the end of it all, he conquered. You know? Now, that does not speak to what South Africa is about right now.
Yeah.
Because it goes against what he stood for.
Yeah.
Right?
Then again, let's stay on the influence part, because like we can actually do another day. We can't just come over here and give him all of that.
We have to
It has to be slowly. We can't give him everything.
Look, it's oh Lord have mercy.
It's a law, man. It's a law.
There's way too much. But what I'll tell you is this, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is interesting. I'm glad we're doing this.
You know what? Let's keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna just keep adding more. Like I think the influence, obviously you're obviously right. Like for example, let's break it down into categories so people won't get too confused because we were all over the place. Now let's talk about youth. Okay. Now obviously yourself, you have a child now. You understand? Yeah, you have a child now. Okay, and then obviously your child is mixed race.
Yeah.
It's mixed race, if I can say that. Your child is mixed race. Yeah,
he is mixed. Yeah.
Yeah, your child is mixed race, and your child is a kid that's coming in that has two backgrounds, and multiple cultures. So basically, your child is going to have a pure advantage of learning multiple language, not just so much as English, but it's also all the language there. You can say, obviously, from Uganda, we can say that.
Yeah.
You understand? But what I wanted to know when you spoke of influence, what kind of influence you want your kid to have in the future? Because I feel like whenever there's a black on black, like black couple, you understand, we have one way we go about it. You understand? Obviously, you have extra protection because obviously, listen, racism is going to be there. Blah 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 blah. It gets tricky when it's like a mixed race.
It gets tricky,
you know.
And I'll tell you what kind of influence I do not want to. I don't want my kid exposed to this kind of thing. It's that principle where, like we look at him as anything other than what he is, because look,
what's that?
He just is. He's a boy.
Yeah.
He just is a boy. Mm-hmm. And that's how I'm raising my boy. He just is a boy. Look, yes, I get that he is half caste. His mama white, I'm African, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think all of that should matter.
You don't think, obviously, you don't think that should be able to define the person who he is?
Oh no, look, of course, he has to understand his heritage. Yeah, but that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
But it should not matter when it comes to defining him in the street.
Yeah.
He's just another boy.
Yeah.
He just happens to look different. Mm-hmm. He just happens to have been born of a white mother and a black dad.
Yeah, and that's interesting that you say that. It just needs to be the person who he is, which I think is the way the world supposed to really be in a way. You understand? I mean, I felt like I had a fucked up moment. Like the whole 2020 has been rocky for me. At the start, it was cool.
It's been fucking fucked up.
I went home, I came back, and I was fine. And then boom, lockdown.
And you know what? I didn't have that conversation with you because I reached out to you and you told me about your pops as well still.
Yeah.
And we didn't really connect after that as well.
Yeah, because I had to dip. Like for me, it was like, I know myself. The way you spoke about the whole blocking thing. I know myself. Like for me, it was like when that happened, I was like, nah, like I'm stopping everything. Like it was like, you have everything planned.
Oh yeah.
Like you wake up, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the shop, and then that news comes. And then literally everything that you have,
down,
it's like, it was like the pandemic. Everything is closed down. Now I have to live because I was gonna lose it. You understand? And sometimes I have days when I wake up, it's still surreal to me. When I you know, I think like, I was kicking with him, you know, and I was with him, and you know, and he was sick and stuff like that. And you know what's the worst part? And I feel like, because you touched down on like you need to speak about stuff. You know what's the worst part? I felt like I could save it. And that's the part that kills you the most. The last conversation I had with him, it wasn't very pleasant, you know, because I felt like he was annoying me. Because he was in that bag. He used to annoy everybody. You understand? But it was he had this episode so many times. You just felt like he's gonna pull through. You understand? But I when he passed, the whole thing that went in my head. My dad did a lot of bullshit in his life. He did a lot of good as well. Just like a normal human being.
Same as all of us.
Yeah, just like a normal human being. But you know, but the most messed up thing, it was you feel like you had one of the cards that could have saved your dad. Obviously, the pandemic hit, but I really felt like.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So what are these cards that you banging on about here that you feel that you held that could have saved your dad?
There's obviously, for me, I put myself out there because I feel like I have the responsibility. For me, I'm not ignorant like the rest, like some of people, and say like your father birthed you and stuff like that, because you spoke about the values that we come from Africa, and I always felt like, you know, my dad did a lot for me. You understand?
Yeah, of course,
bro. I was one of the only kids that my dad used to bring me to games and stuff like that. You understand? To watch games. And he didn't have to do that, but you know, as a kid, he had to watch games. And I felt like once I separated from my brothers and sisters and stuff like that, he kind of lost like a homie and stuff like that, because a lot of BS happened after that. But I felt like, okay, when we reconnected again, it was for us to start over again. We spoke,
rebuild the relationship.
Yeah, I was learning his habit as an adult. You understand? Because when I left home, I was a child. I was learning his
How
habit.
old were you when you left?
Bro, if I was like 14 or so, if I could go 14 or 15 or something like that.
You was only young.
So for me, I was learning his habit as a father, as an adult as well, and we're getting to connect to we're just there forming that father son connection. He was telling me, and I was like, okay, cool. Listen, I'm gonna find a better treatment for you to get to this place, but this is our plan. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this, that. You understand? And that was the way the whole thing was supposed to go. And yeah, when March hit and the pandemic hit, I was like, okay. I was like, listen, hang tight. Let's fight. Let's find that.
Let's keep fighting.
Let's find like a loophole where we can find this thing. And he was like, I'm ill, and he got to a point where I think. I don't know if my brothers and sisters or any of them dwell on this, but he got to a point where he didn't take his medication anymore.
He was tired, wasn't he?
Yeah. I remember my mom sent me a video of him refusing to take medication. He just started with it, like stealth facing his face. And I think at that moment when I saw that video, I was busy somewhere. I was doing something. I was really busy, but I think it was work. But I was like, I stopped for a second. I was like,
Oh God.
I was like, my dad. It's going somewhere, but then he exhibits so much of that behavior that you felt like nah. But then he left words like, you know, before he died, he left words, and it was just like one of those things that. But anyway, that's it. But
let me tell you something, right? And I'm not discrediting what you're saying, yeah, because I actually do understand how tough that is, right? I really respect, right? But I think sometimes, right? Look, how much, okay, so what do you think about the difference between religion and spirituality, right? Because there's a whole different,
I think
totally different.
Religion is it's all about control. I think religion is all about control. If I could say, I hope I'm not offending anybody, but it's just what I think. I have my opinion. You know, a religion is about controlling. I've seen what religion does. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go far. Go back home. No. You see, there's churches in every single corner. I see what religion does to people close to me. I mean, I can't really go straight to them and say, "Yeah, listen, what you guys are." No.
But then spirituality, because look, I'll give you an example, right? If you go back in history, if you read far back enough, right? You will realize, right, that there was a stage where Christianity was considered a cult in Europe.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
But wasn't Christianity?
No, fam.
No, if you go back to the times where the Romans, like, again, for anybody who's listening, we basically just jumping from one topic to another.
Yeah.
Just flow with us. Listen, if you go back to the time where the Romans, where they were they burning people for being Christian, or were they?
Oh no, Spanish. Okay, so Spanish Inquisition, they were burning women because they consider them witches. So basically voodoo.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the Spanish Inquisition, right? But look, if you go way back in time, you will find that every religion at one point was considered a cult. When you think about it, yeah, from a logical point of view, look, okay, it had to have come from a place. Yeah. So some man come along and he's like, oh yeah, this is God. If you follow me, right, God will save you.
Which goes back to the point what I was trying to tell you. That they made this plan from the beginning. They had block off all the exit points and all the corresponding answers to the exit points. Do you understand? That's when I say it again, we're fucked. Because...
No, we're not.
No, bro. We are, bro. Listen. My mom, right? My mom was born on a house of religion. Right. My sister was born in a house of religion. You know how was I moving when I went there? I was like, yo, listen, man, what you guys are doing? Yo, listen. They looked at me like I was some lost boy that was thrown on a boat to go to Europe, and I lost all my values there, and I was the enemy. Probably some people listening to this.
Let's pause for
I'm going to keep talking. No, I'm going to keep...
Oh, yeah. No, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Jerome is dipping out, but I'm going to keep talking to you guys. But listen, it's right there on the right. On where you going? On the left there. No, just push it. Just push it. It's going to like... Yeah, actually close it for the acoustic. Hold on. Yeah, like he was saying, like, you understand? They looked at me like I was the devil, you understand? But, you know, I believe in God and everything. I just don't believe in religion, you understand? And everywhere you went, in every single corner, all you have, it was churches. People dress up on Saturday with churches. And you know what's more messed up? They put money together and all that to buy the pastor a car, right? To buy the pastor a car, they put money together. I remember when I was there, they were calling all the aunties that did all well in the churches and stuff like that. And they all stood up over there at the podium and they were all there. People were clapping. They were thanking them. These are the sisters that put money, liquidated this church and did this and did that. My mom was one of them. And they put money into this church and they God should bless them. Blah, 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 blah. They fixed up the church. They made everything for the church. They did everything. They pull up the bricks. They basically built the church from the ground up. Okay? They fixed everything. And then they decided the pastor, he does not have a car. Let's put money together and get him a nice Hyundai i35, whatever those new joints are. They got him one of those. And then, boom. You know what the pastor did after that? The pastor got his money and his car kicked everyone out, claimed the church for himself.